napakalawak ng poder ng SEC. I'll give you an example of what I mean. In the Securities Regulation Code, Tony, it says there, no plan shall be sold without the permission of the SEC. And there's no collatilla, there's no limitation, there's no other prohibition. Yun lang. In other words, you cannot do business, you cannot sell any plan unless the SEC says yes. So the SEC has life and death powers over these pre-need companies. So the power of the SEC is overwhelming. The question now is, why did they exercise it? Why did they not put regulations in place that would circumscribe or limit these fraudulent actions? Why did they not ensure that the trust funds would be safe? Why did they allow this to go on for so long? You know, legacy was already talked about by this agency, this interagency group, Bangko Sentral, SEC, Insurance Commission, and PDIC. As far as 2 years ago, sinasabi na nila, marupok itong legacy na ito, marupok. Bakit from that time until now, the SEC did not supervise much more tightly, much more strictly, more stringently the legacy group? Why did they just allow business as usual?
And would that be...
That has to do with the leadership, and that has to do with the people there. It's not a question of lack of laws. It's just they don't want to use the powers given to them to protect the people.
All right, because I guess that would also be a question of oversight, because ang nangyayari, it was the Commissioner Martinez who had the power of oversight over the pre-need industry. Si Chairperson Barin was saying na halos may autonomy na si Commissioner Martinez to act on his own, for his own oversight functions. So lahat ho ba sila medyo may negligence sa ginagawa nila sa SEC?
Kasi kasama, may kapabayaan talaga ang SEC dito. It's inescapable. It's just a question of degree. Now, with respect to Commissioner Martinez, palagay ko hindi lang kapabayaan ito. It's not just plain negligence, because he has had these two instances where his son had dealings with the son of a company that he was supervising.
So are you saying...
He was the supervisor of pre-need.
Yeah, are you saying that he may have committed something knowingly illegal?
Well, either by omission or commission. But my point is, it certainly looks bad, di ba? I mean, if you're going to be the supervisor of pre-need, at the very least, sana wala kang transaction with anybody in the pre-need industry.
Well, that's exactly my question to Chairperson Barin a while back, and I asked her, did it appear to you by the revelations of the two legacy bank officers that Commissioner Martinez's relationship with Celso de Los Angeles was improper? And she said she cannot speculate on that as of now.
Well, I mean, that just goes to show the closing of ranks, di ba? I mean, if something like this, it's just a judgment. I mean, if you're SEC commissioner, you could say, well, it certainly looks bad. It might not be illegal, but it was certainly not right, di ba? We're not talking of legality here. We're talking about public confidence. We're talking about what is right and wrong. And certainly, to have dealings son to son, as between Celso and Martinez, is not right.
All right. And can that be based on any code of conduct for public officials, do you think?
Yes, the lawyers are looking at it right now, and I think that they can make a case on it.
Okay, kasi baka naman na maging argument nila wala namang problema sa pagiging magkaibigan, lalo na kung gusto naman niyang tumulong sa isang kumpanya na medyo delikado, because as the bank officers said, Commissioner Martinez met with them outside at least on one occasion with Congressman Zia Alcita to ask them if Legacy had any problems that he could help them with.
That's right. But and the other point is this, Tony. If all of their transactions were normal and above board, then they could at least say they might have had transactions, but they were normal, ordinary course of business. But the transaction was special and extraordinary. Why? Legacy paid for a car. I'm sorry, not Legacy. The Rural Bank of San Juan paid for a car.
San Jose.
No? San Jose, the Rural Bank of San Jose paid for an expedition. Lumabas ang pera, 1.4 million para sa isang expedition. Pero yung titulo ng expedition, hindi nilipat sa Rural Bank, naiwan sa pangalan ng kumpanya ng anak ni Martinez. So yung pag-aari ng sasakyan na yun ay nanatili doon sa anak ni Martinez. Pwede mong sabihin, yung 1.4 million is a bribe. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na transaction ito na buy and sell lang kasi hindi naiipat yung titulo, di ba?
So technically,
bakit lumabas itong perang ito?
Technically, parang suhol nga lumalabas yung pera.
Oo, di ba? I mean, kahit ano pa sabihin nila, kung buy and sell talaga, katulad ng sinabi, hindi, anak ko may buy and sell business, eh kung lahat ba ng customer niya, ganun? Hindi naman ganun, ah.
Okay. Well, where is this here investigation going to wind up, Senator?
Well, we thought that we were going to wind it up pretty soon, but there's so much evidence, there's so much documents that are now pouring in. People are now sending in the information, and we are trying to sift through rumor and intriga and chismis versus real documented evidence. And we will probably have to continue this because there's so much new information that's coming in, number one. Number two, Celso, in today's hearing, said that he is willing to waive his bank security on his deposits. Well, we will now see what happened to all this money that he was siphoning off the pre-need companies. And we will now be able to better judge what assets we can attach for the benefit of the plan holders.
Okay. Yun ang at least parang may maaasahan yung mga plan holders.
Well, ang maaasahan ng mga plan holders, talagang hindi po natin titigilan si Celso. Hindi natin papabayaan na makakalimutan ito. Hindi natin papabayaan na mawawash away na lang ito or mawa-whitewash. Dahil talagang itong anomalya na ito, itong pagnanakaw ng pera, bukod sa pera, masigit pa ron, ninakaw niya yung pangarap at pag-asa ng ating mga biktima. At kawawang-kawawa itong mga kababayan natin.
Senator, last question. If the investigation, as Chairperson Barin said, should be conducted also by the PAGC, if there are any charges to be brought against him, dapat ho ba umabot to sa ombudsman o hindi siya sakop ng ombudsman dahil appointee siya?
Well, we're talking about whom? Martinez?
Commissioner Martinez, yes, I'm sorry.
Regarding Commissioner Martinez, it could be ombudsman, it could be within the SEC administrative, it could also be criminal among the victims. The victims can implead him by saying, naging biktima kami kasi hindi mo ginawa yung trabaho mo.
So sa ombudsman, meron din posibleng kaso doon?
Posible rin po. Opo.
Pero ano ang optimism ninyo na kapag dumating na sa ombudsman ay maa-actionan to?
Well, ang team song dyan sa Mona Lisa, ang sa ombudsman ay Mona Lisa. The cases just go there and then they lie there and die there. Wala nangyayari.
Okay. Could you sing that for us, Senator? No, I'm just kidding.
They just go there and die there.
Well, on that note, thank you very much. Or half note. Thank you very much, Senator Marvaz.
Salamat.
Right, moving on to other top stories today. Lawyers for the wife of former military controller Carlos Garcia